The first 60 seconds of a job interview decide almost everything. Before you talk about your skills, before you mention your experience, the interviewer has already formed an impression. And most people get these 60 seconds wrong. So in this video, I'll give you 8 English phrases to introduce yourself in an interview. Clearly, confidently, and like a native speaker. Copy them, adapt them, and use them in your next interview. Let's get into it. Here's the mistake almost every non-native speaker makes. When the interviewer says, "Tell me a little about yourself," they either freeze or they list their entire life story from childhood. Neither works. A good introduction does 3 things. It's short, it's relevant to the job, and it sounds natural. Today you'll hear a real example, and then we'll break down every phrase you can steal from it. Let's listen. Sarah is interviewing for a marketing role. Listen for the phrases. We'll explain them right after. Thanks for coming in. So, to start, tell me a little about yourself. Of course, thank you for having me. So, a bit about me. I'm a digital marketing specialist with around 5 years of experience, mostly in the tech sector. In my current role at Bright Data, I lead the social media strategy and manage a small team. What really drew me to this position is your focus on data-driven campaigns. That's exactly the kind of work I love. I'm looking for a new challenge where I can bring my experience and grow at the same time. Great, that's a really clear introduction. Let's talk about that team you manage. Perfect. That took about 25 seconds. Short, focused, confident. Now let's break down the 8 phrases you can use yourself. Phrase 1. Thank you for having me. Use this at the very start. It's polite, it's professional, and it sounds warm without being formal. Much better than just, hi. You can also say, thanks for taking the time to meet me. Phrase 2. A bit about me. This is how you open your introduction naturally. It signals, I'm about to summarize myself, without sounding like a robot. Notice she didn't say, I will now describe my professional background. Too stiff. A bit about me. Or, so a little about myself. Sounds human. Phrase 3. I'm a job title with a number of years of experience. This is the backbone of your introduction. State who you are professionally in one line. For example, I'm a software developer with 3 years of experience. Simple, clear, strong. Phrase 4. In my current role at a company, I use this to give one concrete example of what you do now. Don't list everything. Pick the most relevant responsibility. In my current role, I lead the social media strategy. 1 sentence, that's enough. Phrase 5. What really drew me to this position is... This is the phrase that separates good candidates from great ones. It shows you researched the company. What really drew me to this position is your focus on data-driven campaigns. You're telling them, I'm not here by accident. I want this job. Phrase 6. That's exactly the kind of work I love. A short, natural way to show enthusiasm without exaggerating. Enthusiasm is attractive to interviewers, but keep it genuine. Phrase 7. I'm looking for a new challenge where I can... This explains why you're moving on in a positive way. Never criticize your old job. Instead, I'm looking for a new challenge where I can bring my experience and grow. Forward-looking, professional. Phrase 8. I'd love to tell you more about that. Optional closer if the interviewer looks interested. It hands the conversation back smoothly and shows you're comfortable. I'd love to tell you more about that. Now 3 mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1. Going too long. Your introduction should be 20 to 40 seconds, not 3 minutes. If they want more, they'll ask. Mistake 2. Starting from your childhood. They don't need your whole history. Start from your professional present and maybe your recent past. That's it. Mistake 3, memorizing word for word. If you memorize a script, you'll sound like a script. And if you forget one word, you panic. Instead, learn the phrases, not the whole speech. Then you can adapt in the moment. Let's quickly recap your 8 phrases. Repeat them out loud with me. This is how they stick. Thank you for having me. A bit about me. I'm a job title with a number of years of experience. In my current role, what really drew me to this position is that's exactly the kind of work I love. I'm looking for a new challenge where I'd love to tell you more about that. Put these together and you have a clear, confident introduction in under 30 seconds. If this helped, subscribe. I post new business English lessons every week, all built around real work situations, interviews, meetings, emails, and calls. And I've put all 8 phrases, plus 50 more for interviews, into a free PDF. The link is in the description. Download it, practice, and walk into your next interview sounding like a native speaker. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.